Up here, you see that I have a poster up here in the corner. It's actually covering what I'm actually doing in my regular classroom right now. But it tells you what the kids need to bring for that, or to have out when they come into class. And then a list of today's activities. I may or may not get to all those activities within this lesson plan implementation. Then up here I have a Let's Count Syllables activity that we're going to be doing as a class after I introduce the syllables. And then behind here, another activity that they're going to be clapping as I read these words, and we're going to try and identify how many syllables are in each of those words as a part of our activity. Good morning, class. Well, welcome. It's Monday, and I'm glad to see you all made it back here safely. Today we have a whole bunch of fun stuff that we're going to be doing today. We're going to be learning about syllables and about pronunciation and how important that is to reading and writing and even speaking. But before we get to that, you're going to need a couple of things to be successful. So if you check up here on the list, as always, you're going to need your notebook today. If you don't have your full notebook, some paper will just simply do. If you have a piece of paper or you want to borrow some from a friend, you're going to need something to write with, preferably a pencil, because I like it that you can erase your mistakes. So make sure it's a pencil or something that you can erase with, just in case you make a mistake. And then next, you're going to need your iPad, but you won't need that right away unless you choose to do our activity today with the iPad. You won't need that right away. Well, thank you guys for all getting your materials out. I really appreciate that. If you notice on our things to do today, we've already welcomed you in. You're all here. You're all ready to go. You got your materials. Now we're going to do a class read. And what I'm going to read to you today is a book by Edward Miller and Deborah Pearson. The book is called Alpha Beep. Okay? Alpha Beep, Zipping, Zooming ABCs. And this book has actually been written in order to help you learn how to pronounce things and how to learn about which sounds go with which letters and really practice that, because I know some of you guys are just getting going with reading and some of you guys are higher or lower than the others. But I really want to work on pronunciation and make sure that you guys all feel very comfortable with it. So we're going to start out reading that book. Alright, this is where I would read the book to the kids, but I'm not going to read it because I only have 10 minutes for the video. Well, class, you did a great job listening with with the book, and thank you for repeating the words that I was having you repeat, the T-I-O-Ns and the S-H's and the C-H's, and thank you for helping me repeat those sounds. It's going to be really important that you know those sounds and how they work when we get into reading, and the higher and higher you get with your reading level. Today we're going to talk about something called syllables. Does anybody know what a syllable is? At this point I would wait, and at this level of education they probably don't know much about it. And then I would inform them that syllables are extremely important to reading and to communicating in general. Whether you're reading or writing or even speaking, knowing how to properly use syllables will help you become a better communicator. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that we know this about syllables, each word has at least one syllable in it, okay? And one syllable can be one letter, or it can be multiple letters that make up one unit of sound. Now that seems like a really complicated thing for you guys to think about right now, so I'm going to demonstrate it, okay? I'm going to take this first word, sunshine, and I'm going to show you how each word, or each part of that word can be broken up. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to clap each time that I get to a new sound. Sunshine. Try it with me. Sunshine. Alright, now it gets a little bit more difficult as we go on, and you see that some words might be a little bit harder. For example, astronaut. Astronaut. So that one was 3. Sunshine was 2. Astronaut is 3, because there are 3 distinct sounds as a part of the word astronaut. School is just 1. Vacation. Alright, try this next one with me. It's going to be a tough one. I want everybody to clap. Alphabet. Let's do that one more time. Alphabet. Notice that there's 3 distinct sounds. Now, I'm just going to read the word, and I want you guys to try and clap where you think it would work. Wonderful. Wonderful. Good. You clap 3 times. Notice another way of being able to tell is if you can put your hand right below your chin, and when you say a word, when your chin makes a distinct movement, maybe it hits your hand, those are syllables. Okay? That's how I was taught when I was just a first grader. All right, we'll try one more. Delicious. Delicious. Very good. You clap 3 times, that's perfect, okay? Ooh, here's a tough one. Oh my goodness, let's try this one. We'll do this one together and I'll clap with you. Communication. How many of you guys clap 5 times? Excellent. If you clap 5 times, communication is actually a word that can be broken up into 5 different syllables. Okay? And the last one, merry-go-round. Excellent job. You guys are really getting this, all right? Here's what I want to do. I want to take a moment and I'm going to show you how this would break down visually, okay? All right, well, for those of you guys who are struggling with it clapping-wise, and there were a couple of you guys who had a little bit harder time with that, I decided to kind of break it down for you visually up here up on the board, okay? I've taken 4 words, 4 kind of complicated words, but 4 words that I think we can get to the bottom of, okay? 4 words that have very distinct different sounds. And the combination of those letters and the sounds that those letters make give us different words, okay? The first one that we're going to do is airplane, okay? Airplane. When we break that up and when we clap, we can tell that there's 2 different sounds as a part of airplane. There's air and there's plane, for a total of 2 syllables, sorry. Now, we have a shorter word, a word that consists of only 5 letters. How could this be 2 syllables? Well, let's sound it out. Table. Table. It makes sense after you look at it this way. You have ta, T-A, and then B-L-E, which usually is going to make the sound bull. Alrighty, our next one. Ooh, tough one. Porcupine. Por-cu-pine. We have a 3-syllable word here. Porcupine. 3 definite different pronunciations or definite different units of the word. Por-cu-pine. 3 syllables. And our last one is communication. We did this one in our practice, but I just want to show you how it's broken down. And notice that I have a capital letter for each section of the portion of the word. We start out with communication. We have com, C-O-M, mun, M-U-N, I-K, C-A, not a K, a C-A, and then shun, T-I-O-N. Notice how all of these words are broken down, and that even the simplest of words can have 2 syllables, and sometimes a complicated word will only have 2 syllables as well. It all depends on how the letters are grouped and the sounds that they make. Alright, now that I feel like you guys have a really good grasp on how to do this, and I'm super excited for you guys because you seem to really be getting it, what I want you to do, okay, you're going to do your partner activity. You notice it's number 4 for the day. What I want you to do is on that piece of paper that you guys all have out, I want you to choose 5 words. Okay? They can be any 5 words that you know, but you got to know how to pronounce them and you need to know how to spell them. Okay? I really want you to think about your 5 favorite words. There are no right or wrong answers here. These are your 5 favorite words. But remember, you need to know how to pronounce them and know how to spell them. Here's where I would wait a minute, let them do that. Alright, now I want you to take your words and partner up with somebody else. Now, I want you to each take turns reading your words to your partner. Read them slowly, read them clearly so you can pronounce them and they can hear you say them. Here's where they would do that, exactly what I just said. Now what I want you to do is I want you to take your words and I want you to trade them with one another. Now, your first task as partners is you're going to read your partner's words to them. When you read to them, I want your partner to be listening very closely for how you pronounce things. Make sure that you pronounce it right. Remember, these are your words and they might not know them as well as you do, so be very helpful, be understanding, okay? Now, they would then do that. They would read their words to each other, the other person's words, sorry, they would have traded words by now. And then on to the last step. Now what I would like you to do is I would like you to look at your partner's words and I want you to use your pencil and I want you to draw lines through the word where you think each syllable should be. For example, if I use the word table, like we used before, and I wanted to divide it into syllables, I would take my pencil and I would draw it right there. Table. That's what I want you to do to your partner's words. Okay? Then they would do this activity. After they've completed that activity, I would have them check their work with their partner, and then they would get together with their partner, discuss, is this right, is this how I pronounce this, is this the right way to divide it? So they're really working together to come up with the right answers. And then if they have any questions, all during this time I'd be walking around encouraging them, helping them try to find the proper answers. And if they had any questions, like I said, I would be more than willing to help them out with it. And this will then take us to our last step. All right, I am so proud of you guys. You've been working so hard today. Our last step for today is going to be a game, and I know you guys all like games, but you've been working with syllables, and you've been doing a great job. Now what I want you to do is get your iPad out, and there's a game called Sky Coaster that I've already uploaded to you. If not, excuse me, I have the web address available for you. I will get it for you if you need it. What I want you to do is play this game called Syllable Sky Coaster, and it's going to give you practice dividing words and finding out where the syllables are within each word. Okay? Tomorrow we'll build on this. We'll try to find words that rhyme with our words in order to learn new sounds, and then maybe we'll do a little practice assessment. Okay? Go ahead and play this game. I'll be walking around to help you if you have any questions.